guys, it's ZebraGirl, and today I'm going to talk about something that's dear to me, I guess. There's a YouTuber that I'd like to thank for actually kind of giving me the courage to do this type of thing. And her name is Plumbella. She's an amazing Sims YouTuber that a while back came out and spoke about autism, which she has. So here I am making my own video about it. I don't go into I try not to go into my personal life on my channel. I know sometimes I do talk about it, but not all the time. But when I was an itty bitty bean, when I was just a little baby bean, about 3 years old, I got diagnosed with autism, which is the autism spectrum. It can range to being hardly noticeable to very noticeable. For me, if I tell someone that I'm autistic, they're like, "Really? Are you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I am." Because as a child, I didn't, I guess, develop as normal kids do. I couldn't do certain things that normal kids did. Like most normal kids interact and have friends and stuff like that. I prefer to stay in a sand pit and build sand castles all by myself. I didn't like to be around people. Growing up, it was hard. I had a loving mum and my sister and my grandparents, and everyone around me supported me. Autism runs in my family. I know that my cousin has it. I believe my granddad had it as well. A genetic thing, I guess, on my family tree. Everyone says that they adapt in certain ways to having autism, and I guess I've adapted in my own way too. So when someone asks me, what's it like having autism and stuff like that, I can either explain it in the simple way or I explain it in the very detailed way. The simple way is I say it's like plugging the say cables into areas that they don't fit, or it's like having a red, blue and yellow cable, and they've each got a plug that's red, blue and yellow, but they're in different colours, like the red is in the yellow or the yellow is in the blue and stuff like that. I just say I'm wired differently. As most people adapt, again, to having autism, I don't know if I've adapted well to it. Because unfortunately, I have said in, like, my lifetime, maybe not having autism would actually help me. Because talking to people, I can't do it. Like, I know I've got a husband and I've got friends on my Xbox, but if I'm saying going outside or something, I've got the irrational fear of people looking and judging me. I still have now, and I'm nearly in my mid-20s, I'm 24. So, when I'm in public, I put my hood up. People say that it makes people look at me more, but I can't see them. And I feel comfortable with knowing that Even though my hood is up and people are probably looking at me, I can't see them. And when I'm out as well, I always have my earphones in, because it just makes me feel comfortable listening to music when I'm walking down a quiet street. I have sensory things as well. I've got pretty good eyesight. I can see things that are farther away than other people can. So if my mum's driving somewhere, my mum's like, I can't read that sign. Can you read it for me? I'm like, yeah, of course I can. Touching things feels different for me. Like, I like things that are fluffy, like this. Other people might not like it. I like slime, surprisingly. I like things that feel nice, but when I have things that I don't really want to touch, that's a no-go for me. Tasting. I'm very, very picky of my food, because if I don't like the look of it or the smell of it, or even if I just taste it a little bit, I might freak out. But I'm trying to open myself up to more. And smell. Smell is the one I kind of wish wasn't upped as much, because I could be going around the street and all of a sudden get a horrific smell and have no idea where the hell it's coming from. I look at my husband, he's like, what's wrong? And I'm saying, you can't smell that horrible smell that smells like the sewage. He's like, nope. I'm like, well then, it's just me. Because I can remember this time that I went to Wales and we went into a pub or like a bakery of something, and I refused to enter because it smelled of rotten egg. So my mum made me sit outside. And then I remember saying, not me, I remember one of the cashiers saying, did she just say it smelled like rotten egg? My mum was like, yeah, she did. And she's like, and the woman said, about a week ago, we had a few eggs that smashed and they had gone off. So somehow my nose picked that up. I love the feeling of sand on me. Don't know why. Again, sensory thing. I love the sea. What else? I can't do eye contact. That's something I can't do. If I need to look at someone, I will look at their nose or their mouth or something along those lines. I cannot do eye contact unless I know them really well, like my husband, my mum, my sister, my friends. Other people, I can't do it. I have anxiety, social anxiety. I can't be in a large crowd of people without freaking out. Or if I'm in a large crowd of people with someone that I know, I'm most likely not going to freak out because I'm with someone that I know. Going in places that I don't know freak me out really, really badly. When I was a child, I didn't have many friends. Just because I couldn't make them, I guess. High school, I think, was the worst, though. Sorry, I had an itchy nose. Oh, before I go into the whole high school drama thing, I can't take jokes. If someone says something, like if we're in a video game and I accidentally do something wrong with a team, and as a joke they're like, oh, why did you do that? And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. And they're like, no, it's okay, it's just a joke. And I'm like, oh, okay, good. Or if I get shouted at, I break down because don't know why I break down. I just being shouted at just isn't appealing to me at all. I I can take care of myself enough, basic, I guess. But my mum and my husband are my carers, I guess. My husband is the first one, and if he's not available, then my mum is the helper for me. I have to be reminded to do things because I've got the memory of a goldfish. So I'm going to do one thing, end up not doing it. Then someone tells me, have you done this? I'm like, oh, no, I have not. People say as well that autistic people are like more creative than other people. I don't know if that's completely true, but I do absolutely adore drawing and writing. That's a thing that just helps me escape. And playing games also helps me escape a lot. Because I've seen many videos of people with autism saying that the world isn't just made for them. And you know what? I actually kind of agree. Because we have the social status, I guess, of, you know, humans just love to talk to people or have relationships and stuff like that. But for people like me, we don't see the world kind of like that. We see it worse or better. So it's like being in a field of, say, sunflowers. You got normal sunflowers, but then you have the sunflowers that follow the order that's meant to be in, but then you have the ones that don't follow the order. You have the ones that say, don't look at the sun. Or you have ones that don't develop all of the way and they're a bit smaller than the rest. I would say that that's us. And then all the other sunflowers just think, what's wrong with them? Why aren't they right like us? So, and throughout my life, I guess, I have masked. Hell, I might be masking right now. I honestly don't know anymore. It's kind of weird because I feel like I know the real me, but she hardly comes out because I've masked so much over the years that I think that the masked version is, well, the real me. I have depression as well, which... Oh, go away. Which, probably doesn't help me at all. I've spoken to my GP about it and I have been diagnosed with depression. I have tried medication, but it makes me feel things that I don't like. And I have been suicidal, I guess. I might, when this video is going through process, I might have to put a disclaimer that I'm talking about stuff that's triggering. And then there was high school. Or should I say hell? Most of the friends that I had in high school were fake. They just hung out with me because I don't know if they felt sorry for me or they thought it was funny or whatever. I had 2 real friends during high school. I still talk to them, but high school was the worst. It really was. I did have a counsellor for about a year in high school. First year I was in year 7. That went alright, but then once she left, it just went downhill. I was the one that got picked on all the time. And I did have breakdowns during lessons because of the picking on. So that sucked. Um, I guess it's just hard to explain to kids that you're built differently. But even if they know, they're still gonna pick the living shit out of you. I guess college was better. First 2 years were fine. Sorry, I keep looking about because there's flies in my room and it's really starting to distract me. Yeah, college was alright. Had a few heartbreaks. One of the people that I dated couldn't handle the fact that I had difficulties, so he thought it would be funny to lead me on and be a dick to me throughout most of our relationship just so I'd break up with him. When instead he never just told me that he couldn't deal with the fact that I was different. I don't like liars as well. Like, I've told my white lies. Every now and again I do still tell a white lie, but it's nothing so big that, you know, it could like a drink. If you fill up the cup too much, it's going to spill out everywhere and it's going to be a hard mess to clean up. Those are not the type of lies I tell. I tell little tiny ones. Like if someone says, "Oh, did you clean your shoes today?" And I'm like, "Yes." And obviously when they look at my shoes and they're dirty and like, "No, you didn't." I'm like, "Oh, okay, fine. You caught me. You got me." I have a dark sense of humour as well. I don't know if that's because of what's happened in my life that's just scarred me and that's how I deal with it. It might be. Excuse me. I'm not dark around people I've just met though, because that might not be their sense of humour and stuff like that. Yeah. So, for me, living with autism is a massive challenge because it even impacts me of getting a job, which sucks. Like, I've gone for like training and stuff like that, but once they've learned that I had autism, they didn't want to work with me, which kind of sucks. It still sucks now. So throughout my life I've only had one job, and that was working with my mom as a cleaner, which was alright. Sensory overload, but you know, wasn't the worst. Most people that have autism have said that they've like embraced it. I don't know if I've embraced mine because it impacts me a lot. So I don't know if I'm ever going to embrace it, but I can't get rid of it. It's always going to be here. Sorry if I seem emotional, but I guess talking about this stuff can make me feel things. And it doesn't help either that on TikTok and stuff, you've got people that are pretending to have these disabilities for clout, and that really, really pisses me off, because when people come out and say, "Oh, I do actually have autism," you're going to have people say, "Oh, you're just like those TikTokers that think having that shit is funny." That really, really does piss me off a lot. Those people don't deserve to have platforms that think that having autism or ADHD and shit like that is just funny for clout, or it's part of your personality. No, it's not. You're not funny at all. You are mocking people that have the disability. You don't deserve clout at all. Sorry. But yeah, having autism is hard. It can be hard for anybody, but it's hard for me. It could be hard for the person that can listen to this video. Does it rule my life? I don't know. Maybe, possibly. But I plan on overcoming it. I plan on trying to work with it, because for most of my life I've tried to go against it. I've tried to, I guess, be like normal people, and it doesn't work. I stick out like a sore thumb. Even when I'm myself, even though I can be myself, I still stick out like a sore thumb. But I'm more accepted as myself, so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be myself. So to anyone out there that has autism, you're special in your own way. If someone calls you a freak, you just, I know it's hard, but you ignore them and you move on. You are better than them. You will always be better than the people that look down on you. You are special, again, in your own way. If you're creative, go for it. If you're a scientist or enjoy science, go for it. No one can stop you from being you, no matter what they say. Sorry, it got very emotional near the end. I do apologise. But, yeah, that's my experience of having autism, I guess. It's not the best. It really isn't, but that's just my experience. I'm still working on the fandom video. There's a lot of fandoms that I used to be in, and I'm planning on writing about them, I guess. Yeah. ZebraGirl, out. Bye!